When you aren't challenged, you become weak. When your body isn't stressed, it breaks down. When your ideas aren't put through the stress test, they're going to be bad ideas. The internet has sped up things in our life. Things that used to take 10 years can happen in literally one. If we're going to move to revolution, it's going to happen fast. In your life, if you're using something like the internet for good or for bad, you're going to get the effects fast, in real time, immediate. So if you're learning and you're becoming obsessed with like audiobooks and reading history and all these different things, you're going to level up way faster than ever before. If you're going online, getting sucked into the news machine and the narrative and arguing with people online, which I have to say, I've been falling victim to. I got to curb that back. It's making me not feel good about the future and my life. And that sucks. So I gotta definitely keep that at bay while trying to balance promoting ideas that can hopefully fight that back to the best of my ability. If you're going to be using your devices to do things like that, rather than using your devices to level up, become better, more aware, you're going to quickly see the negative consequences of that at a speed that you can't fathom. And for some people, it's literally taking them down to ruining their life. I've watched some of the protests that's going on right now and some of the looting and violence and things like that. I saw a clip today that actually disturbed me. It was protesters that were chasing after a guy or riders or whatever you call them. I don't know what you call them, but there was people in the street, masks on, and they started attacking a guy. One guy took a skateboard over his head and slammed the guy in the head. So apparently the guy before pushed the girl down, but then he was trying to leave and they were chasing after him. And then the guy grabs a skateboard and hits the guy over the head. The guy takes out his gun, shoots what looks like a young kid twice. Now that is a damn shame. I see the kid. I imagine if that kid would have been my son and maybe got in a situation that he was brainwashed or he put himself in a bad situation, or maybe he thought he was doing what was right because he was protecting the girl. There's so many ways to view this. I'm not saying that the guy didn't have a right to do that. He did. But who knows what the guy did before? The guy shouldn't have left his house, gone to a protest with a gun. Yeah, I agree that he shouldn't have done that. That's just stupid. You're not going to make any change. You're just going to lead to potentially killing somebody. I own guns. A lot of people own guns. Nobody should want to use their gun on another human. I believe that to be true. I believe everybody should have the right to have a gun. And I should believe everyone should have the right to lethal force if lethal force is trying to be used against them. They should defend themselves. I agree. I think people go out and they try to find things and they try to use it and they want to do that. And I think that is garbage. Regardless of that, that's the world we're coming to, where kids are growing up with their devices. They don't have an objective worldview. They've grown up in comfort. And now they're focused about how life's so unfair or whatever. They've never really experienced any of that in their own lives. A lot of people haven't. Some people have, sure, but a lot of people haven't. And then they go put themselves in situations like this. They follow the mob and they get killed. That is not okay. No matter what end of the spectrum you're on, no matter what change you want, violence begets violence. That kid that was killed might end up having a family or brothers and sisters or friends that now get angry. Now they are going to join the mob and now they're going to do things and they're going to maybe kill somebody. Somebody's going to kill them. American history is wrought with blood. It's built on the lives of countless millions of people that have died to make the country that we have today. And it can end in a second. It really can. So this idea today that your ideas, it's the ideas. When you don't try to challenge the narrative, when you buy into dogma, when you go out thinking that you should go out, put a mask on and start breaking things and looting because you think it's going to help with equality, and then you end up shot in the street, there's nothing you can say to me that's going to make any sense. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's stupid. It's a waste. It's a tragedy. And intelligent people stress their ideas. They challenge them because they don't want to go into the world making potentially deadly mistakes because they didn't vet their freaking ideas. There's a really great book, Anti-Fragile by Nassim Taleb. I think everybody should read it. But it's the same thing with your body. If you don't stress your body, it gets weak, frail, it dies. Astronauts have to exercise for like 3 or 4 hours a day because if they don't stress their muscles, it literally wastes away. If you don't stress your mind and challenge it and avoid slipping into one-sided dogma narratives, you're going to lead yourself in paths that you don't want to be in. Maybe you won't end up dead, but maybe you'll end up in a job you don't like, a relationship you don't like, investing in something that you didn't really think out. If you start viewing the world through rose-colored glasses where you don't challenge and you don't try to get a clear view, you're going to pay a consequence. This is true for every situation, everything. And what I'm talking about today are big ideas, challenging ideas, and thinking clearly and using common sense and stress testing ideas. And a lot of the narrative right now are one-sided dogma that are not stress test and that are leading to things like mob mentality, the madness of crowds, and young kids dying when they shouldn't. And it starts with these damn devices. It starts and ends with these things. how you use this and what you let it do to your brain. The tech companies only care about keeping you on the device, so they feed you up nonsense. They distort your worldview. The algorithms are unbiased machines in that they don't care what you do. They're just designed to serve one end. And if the end is to keep you on the thing, keep you scrolling, clicking, commenting, whatever, then they're going to serve you up things that will make you do that. And the things that are more likely to make you do that are usually inflammatory, polarized, one-sided things. And that's how you ruin your mindset. That's how you can potentially ruin your life even. As you get sucked into these different rabbit holes, and this thing turns you into a slave, quite literally, a mind slave. Challenge your ideas. Challenge how you use your devices and your social media and the books you read and things you do, everything. Challenge the discussions you have. Challenge the people around you. If they're going to spew off one-sided narratives, then ask for data, ask for proof. You can do it as nice as you want. And you probably should, because usually these people are not to be reasoned with. But you say calmly, can you cite that? Is there a book I can read? Is there an article I can read? Is there a research paper I can read? I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. If you want to pander that way, do that. It's not my style. It can be useful. I will say that. If you do not challenge your mind, your thoughts, if you don't challenge everything in your life, really, you will eventually regress to disorder. The law of entropy. Your life, your human life, is only maintained by an investment of energy. If you don't invest energy and you lay around all day, you'll quickly waste away. And if you don't do that with your ideas and your thoughts, your mind will quickly waste away. Head over to Colin.coach, hop on the AM5 newsletter, get more of these every week, all my content I'm putting out, and stay aware, stay awake. Don't be sheep. Don't buy into the narratives that the elites would have you believe, and start by first working on yourself. Self-reliance, extreme ownership, that's what the world needs today.